Welcome back everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how to prepare crunchy delicious nut praline. It can be used as a crunchy topping or it can be made into a fine paste to fill in a cake. It is really simple to prepare. First we'll be caramelizing the sugar and then we'll be adding the nuts to it. But it should be complete slow process to avoid any burning.
To prepare nut praline, you can either use almond, hazelnut, cashew nut, peanuts, pecans, walnut, as well as pistachio. Or you can combine all the nuts together and you can prepare your praline. Today I am going to use almond praline. It can be used directly into the recipe or you can toast the nuts and use. So I always prefer to toast the nuts because it enhances the overall flavor of your praline. So I have lined my baking tray with parchment paper and add almonds here. Make sure the nuts are not in the corner and spread them evenly. And make sure that it is not too crowded also. So if it is too crowded, the roasting will not be even. Yes, now I am going to place this tray inside my preheated OTG. You have to preheat your OTG at 160 degrees Celsius for about 5 to 7 minutes. Toasting temperature also should be 160 degrees Celsius and we have to toast for about 10 minutes. So first 5 minutes you have to leave it inside the OTG and after 5 minutes take out the tray and stir the almonds halfway through to ensure even roasting. Almonds can quickly go from roasted to burnt, so check them a few minutes before the timer goes off to prevent over roasting. So let me place this inside the oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Now our almonds are roasted well. You can also check this by seeing the almonds. Few almonds will be already started to split here in the center. So by that you can get to know that it's time to turn off the OTG. The almonds will be crunchier if it is completely cooled down. So let us keep this aside for now. So let me first start adding the caster sugar. If you don't have caster sugar, you can powder your normal sugar and then you can use. Since I have used the caster sugar, I have not powdered it because the granules are already fine. So let me just spread it out evenly. And then I'm going to turn on the induction to the low speed. And to make the sugar wet, I am going to add some water here and there. Don't stir the sugar as this causes crystallization. So just wet the sugar with water. So it takes a while, so don't hurry up this process because the sugar will burn out soon. So always make the praline in a heavy bottom pan because when you use a thin bottom pan, the pan gets heated so soon and the sugar gets burnt quickly. Yes, the sugar is now melted. We want some crystals of the sugar to melt also. Once the sugar is melted, it first crystallizes and then it starts to caramelize. Crystallization is nothing but you can see the sugar getting like a small crystals. The preparation of praline takes more time, so please be patient. Now the sugar has fully become like crystals. It will slowly start to caramelize now. So I am going to switch from silicon spatula to wooden spatula because the temperature of the sugar will be very high after this point. Yes, nearly after 10 minutes the sugar started to caramelize. Can you see? It first becomes very hard and rocky texture, and then it starts to caramelize. Yes, the sugar is getting melted at the bottom. Can you see? I'm just taking from the sides. I'm not going to stir here. Breaking down the bigger crystals of sugar. I'm reducing to low heat again. I'm just taking from the sides to the center because the center will be very hot compared to the sides. Now 80% of our sugar is completely caramelized, but we want the remaining sugar to caramelize too. Sugar is completely caramelized. At this stage, I'm going to add the roasted almonds to this, and I'm going to add the salt too. Now I'm just coating it vigorously. Make sure the nut is fully coated with the caramel. So it will be like a tighter texture. That is why we are using wooden spatula here. Now our almonds are fully coated with caramel. Can you see all the almonds are glazed with caramel? Now let us transfer this to a silpat. So I'm just trying to spread it. Do it as quickly as possible because the caramel and the almonds forms like an one big block, and it will be very difficult for us to separate later. And for some almonds that is sticking here, try to take it out, but if it is not coming out of the pan, then you can turn on the induction again so that the sugar will melt again and the almonds will come out quickly. Yes, now our almonds are coated with the caramel. Let it cool down completely. Now our caramelized almonds are fully cooled down. Let us transfer this to a mixer jar and grind them. So I'm just adding the almonds to the jar. If the almonds are very big block, you can just split them into small pieces and then you can add it. If you want a crunchy layer of nut, then you can coarsely grind it. If If you want to use the praline as a filling, then you can finely paste it. So this is a crunchy layer that you can use for your toppings. Let us now grind them into fine paste. You can see that the praline will be in a powder form. Okay, so just take it off from the sides. And then I'm going to grind again. So don't add any water to it for grinding. The nut releases oil and that is more than enough to make it into a paste form. Already it started releasing some oil. You can feel the wetness in the powder now. So I'm taking it off from the sides. Just grind again. So you have to repeat this step until you get a fine paste. You can directly mix the thick praline as a filling for your cake, or you can mix with any frosting like whipped cream, buttercream or ganache to fill into your cake layer. So you can use the praline in either way. It takes little longer time for us to convert any praline into paste like consistency. Do it slowly and you will end up with a delicious filling for your cakes. That's it about praline filling. Let me come back to you with other recipes.